right, man, let's talk about some rumors going around, strong rumors going around that Gervonta Davis versus Cruz 2 is going to kick off PBC on Amazon. Now, we should be knowing that at least in a couple weeks. All right. So if the rumor true and they're going to fight, even if they fight January 31st, which I don't even know what date that technically is, what day it falls of the week, we should be knowing something, pretty soon. So, PBC like to do shit at the last minute. So let's just say 6 weeks out from January. So we're approaching 6 weeks out from January. They fighting at the end of the month. We approaching what? 7 to 8. 7 to 8 weeks out from January. So we should be getting an announcement pretty soon about that deal being done. And but you can check out the Box Rumor playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Get cold, lips be chapping, man. I want to see the point, and man. And I ain't take my chapstick with me, man. My lips was toe. The person I went with, they shit was toe too. We both got our CarMax, but it is what it is. But yeah, nonetheless, you keep hearing reports from Rick Laser, and I had reports from other people that y'all know of that kind of say stuff from behind the scenes. In the 411 seemed to be that that Al Heyman is basically gonna have to, it's just a distribution deal, and that could be false. But they just distributing it, and Al probably gonna pay them for production, and Al is putting the money up for his own fights. But if that's the case, why is he kicking off with Cruz and Gervonta Davis? And more than not times than not, it's probably gonna be a pay-per-view. So if that's indicative of what the fights they gonna offer, unless they gonna put it on regular Amazon, which Al don't play with the church's money. If they're gonna put it on regular Amazon, I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind it. That's cool. Tank just got out of prison. Feel like he need to tune up his whole career. Been a fucking tune up though, but cool. But they gonna charge people $90, $50, $60 to watch it. You know what I'm saying? That shows nothing ain't gonna change with Al Heyman. Al Heyman not gonna make the fights you want to see. The only reason he made the Spencer Crawford fight was because Errol Spence pushed for it. He ain't make it because Showtime didn't want to do it. He was trying to push another bullshit ass fight that wasn't gonna sell with Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. So he didn't push that fight because he felt that he didn't want that fight. Ryan and Tank. He really wasn't trying to make Ryan and Tank. Ryan Garcia made all the concessions, even though people said, well, PBC gave us the fights we wanted to see in 2023. All of them was duds. Even Benavidez and Caleb Plant. It was a whole fest. Wasn't too much entertainment value in that fight. That was a bullshit ass fight. The referee helped, Caleb Plant survive. Let's call a spade a spade. And that's what it was. So even the fights that were made, a lot of them were made because, somebody forced the envelope. He was supposed to give us Jamal Charlo and Canelo, and then they gave us a bullshit fight with Jamel, which should have been bullshit regardless, because Jamal had been out the ring for so long. So no matter how you slice the cake, you know what I'm saying? No matter how people cutting the cake and what you believing in and what we doing, it don't fucking matter. It don't matter. Real talk. It didn't matter. He didn't give, and if PBC is gonna get off on the foot with Amazon, where they gonna give us Gervonta and Cruz and make us pay it for pay-per-view, man, there ain't nothing changing. So if Al Heyman is on his own dime, or PB or Amazon gave him a couple dollars, ain't shit changing. He ain't gonna give you what you want to see. He gonna give you more bullshit fights. And really, when you ask yourself, what else do we got that you want to see? Ain't shit you want to see over there. And I kind of glossed over this on Thursday video, which I might even finesse and put this on. I might make this Wednesday. I might put this up on Thursday. Excuse me. So yeah, I might move some shit around. Right? Even though, right? Even though, the rumor is that they want to do Jamal, Charlo, and Canelo in May. Right? That's the rumor. And I already reported that Charlo and Benavidez is a non-title fight, which probably indicating that Jamal can't get down to the weight. That's probably what that's indicating. Okay, so that's gonna be on Showtime though, because Canelo got the network deal with 2 more fights on Showtime, right? So then you say, well, will he fight Benavidez in September? The rumors are that he fight Munguia in September. If Munguia get past John Ryder. I originally reported, and then they told me Munguia might get there for May, but it's like it's Charlo for May, Munguia for September possibly. And also here go another tidbit that y'all ain't heard nowhere else neither. Canelo going back to the zone. So after Canelo get done with his 2 more fights on PBC, the good word is that he going back to the zone. That's the good word. That he going back to the zone. So I gotta continue to tell y'all, man, it's a lot of stuff that I be hearing that I be forgetting to report or don't care to report. And people that tell you something, they'd be like, well, you can't say this, or you can't say where you got it from, or I wouldn't say it, but I don't mind if you say it, cool. That's why I got some good plugs, because and I ask you, like, you cool with me saying this if I say it? Or they tell you. So they be like, no, just keep this under wraps. Cool, I'm cool with that. So, but yeah, man, I mean, him, so that's some things. So Canelo, Charlo in May, and then, you're hearing Canelo can go back to the zone. So Canelo may not, well, don't like he is going to debut on Amazon at all. Unless he spin the block and do another deal with PBC and the zone not coming correct. So there you have it. But at the same time with, Tank Davis and Esau Cruz too. And then you heard, I forgot who told me this rumor. Well, yeah, Kobe said this. He said basically what he heard was that after he fight Esau Cruz, they ready to do the Gary Russell fight for Tank Davis. So Tank Davis is going to fight Esau Cruz and Gary Russell. And at the end of the day, Gary Russell is a wounded animal. He's a wounded duck, or, whatever, a wounded animal. And now basically he cashing out. That's what you're getting from Gary Russell. He cashing out. So I think they were saying it's going to happen in January, and then February you might get Crawford and Spence. I don't know. Also, they said Danny Garcia, Lara, and Keith Thurman and Staonis got pushed back into the early part of next year. So it seemed like PBC going to hit the ground running now. Will they just do an Amazon deal? Will they do something with the zone? I don't know. But like I said before, they don't have too many more premium fights that you really want to see over there. What you want to see? Benavidez, Canelo, that's about it. I can care less about Wilder fighting Andy Ruiz. If he fight Joshua, it's gonna be on the Saudis' time and on or whoever they sell the fight to, so they ain't really PBC. Who else they got? Tank Davis, and you only want to see him in crossover fights. We know he ain't gonna fight them. So they really ain't got nothing that you want to see no more. You really want to see Jamel and Errol no more? You want to see Jamal after you get obliterated by Canelo? No. You don't want to see Gary Russell after you get shredded by Tank Davis? You ain't going to see Russell and Santa Cruz. They never made that fight. So they really ain't got nothing that you want to see. Fulton is done. I mean, maybe Figueroa fight a new way, but that's a crossover fight, and that's going to be on ESPN or somewhere in Japan. So, shit. You know what I'm saying? But, on the thing about Jamal and Canelo fighting in May and then Canelo fighting Munguia, I mean, shit, it is what it is. That's both probably going to be on Showtime, or he might fight Jamal, he might fight David Benavidez, and then he might go back to the zone and fight Munguia if Munguia still got his O. But they made Munguia the #1 contender. So apparently with Jamal not fighting Benavidez for a non-title fight, either A, they didn't approve it for a title fight, B, Jamal Charlo can't make the weight. It's one of the two. And they talking about it's for a special WBC belt. And with Canelo going back to the zone, it made sense. I don't know Munguia being one of the opponents, they might line up Munguia and Berlanga for him. Munguia and Berlanga may never fight. Canelo might fight Munguia. Canelo might fight Berlanga in the fight for Puerto Rico. And, you know, and that might be it. You know, I don't know how what else his plans are in the sport of boxing, but, you know, so I wasn't even planning on talking about that, but I know I didn't put any emphasis when I talked about Jamal and Jose Benavidez fight, so I didn't put much emphasis on that happening. So I wanted to put some emphasis on, like, I did hear that Canelo going back to the zone when this shit is done, when obviously he won't stay on Showtime because, you know, they done with sports. Only reason they continue with Canelo probably because the buyout number too high to buy him out for those 2 fights, and they knew when they signed him to the 2 fights that they were going to be getting rid of sports. They knew this for a long time. So, hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Is hit all notification, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, all that's in the link tree. Check out the new channel, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. That link's in the link tree in the description. Check out my Detroit channel, More to See Sports Talk. It's in the link tree in the description. Peace.